Tijuana resident Janet Aguilar sits with two little Haitian children on the sidewalk, exchanging food and kisses. She remembers when she first saw the large crowds of Haitian and African migrants on the streets. It was unusual. Only about 1% of Mexico's population is black. Aguilar went online to find out what was happening and realized the migrants were coming from countries with political and economic crises. She wanted to help.
We come every day with them. We bring them candy, food, work with them a little while. Yesterday they braided my whole head of hair.
The streets of Tijuana have long been filled with migrants heading to the U.S., mostly from southern Mexico and Central America. Those migrants are often shunned by the locals, forced to live out of sight in sewers. Aguilar says it's different with the migrants from Haiti and Africa.
They're always happy, always smiling. They're always having fun.
She's not the only one who feels this way. All day, Tijuana residents stop by the migrant shelters where the Haitians and Africans congregate. They give away clothes. They drop off snacks like sandwiches and sports drinks. They cook full meals. Some of the Mexican and Central American migrants who live on the streets find this one-sided charity unfair. They squeeze into the crowds to grab some for themselves.
Thank you, Jesus Christ, for everybody, all people.
Just a few days ago, Tijuana residents set up a table on the street, offering fried chicken, rice, and beans to the Haitians and Africans. Homeless Mexican migrants got in line. Jorge Cruz, a Tijuana taxi driver who brought the chicken, was not happy about that.
I told him, "You're Mexican. What do you lack?"
Some of the Mexican and Central American migrants are also fleeing dire circumstances such as persecution. But locals have an easier time perceiving the Haitian and African migrants as needing their help. Jose Luis Aguilar set up the table on the street. At first he brought tortas and burritos, Mexican food. But the Haitians didn't like it. He found out that they preferred chicken, rice, and beans.
But right now we just find out they like whole beans, not crushed beans.
The surge of Haitians and Africans started in May. Since then, migrant shelters like the Desayunador Salesiano have housed and fed thousands. But as more keep coming, it's starting to be too much for the shelters.
This is turning into chaos, into an alarming crisis.
Shelter coordinator Margarita Andonaigui says generous Mexicans are making things worse. All the charity has created a sort of party atmosphere in the street, she says. People leave trash everywhere. They fail to come into the shelter for their daily breakfast and dinner, preferring to eat outside. Haitians and Africans are mixing with homeless locals who use drugs, she says.
They're addicts who take advantage of the situation and they say, "My Haitian friend, I love you. Smoke this, drink this."
She says the shelter has already had to turn away previously well-behaved Haitians and Africans who showed up under the influence. And Andonaigui says she's also worried about all the drivers who keep stopping and picking up the migrants, offering them housing and jobs, and taking them away.
Where did it take them? What was the purpose of taking them? They don't know what they're getting into.
Next to the shelter, the migrants get documents from Mexican immigration officials who are working with the U.S. to give migrants set dates to appear at a port of entry. Andonaigui says the documents are problematic.
I have here a mom who crosses the 23rd. This is her baby who crosses the 23rd. No problem there. But the other baby, the youngest, crosses the 24th.
The shelters are working with officials to slowly funnel the migrants to the ports of entry. But Andonaigui says that now that the U.S. has decided to start sending most of the Haitians back to Haiti, everything's going to change. Many of the Haitians may decide not to cross into the U.S. at all because they don't want to go back to Haiti, which hasn't recovered from the devastating 2010 earthquake. That means they may end up staying in Tijuana. Jean Guerrero, KPBS News.